Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Alec, here again, and today on this brand new episode of Let's Talk Film, we are going to be talking about a 2016 comedy called Miss Stevens. So, a lot of you guys probably never heard of this movie. I haven't, until I found it on Netflix. And the way I can describe it is that it's a teacher who goes to a drama competition with her students and creates an unlikely bond with them. It's really tough to explain it and put into simple words. Let's just dive into it so I can pick at each point. The thing in this movie that I just can't put my finger on why it's so powerful and it works so well, but the simplicity of this movie is the best part of this whole thing. The simplicity with the shots, the simplicity with the color palette, simplicity with the set, all of that. It very much works in favor for this film, and I really don't know why. I've been trying to figure it out for a while, and I still can't think of why it works so well, because it's so simple, but it's very, very impactful in the ways it's meant to be. I don't know why it's so great. It's crazy, woo, but I cannot put my finger on it. That's definitely one of the best parts of the film, because it creates this nostalgia kind of feel that it's weird. It's really weird to experience, but it's so enticing. It's so enticing. It's weird to put a finger on why. The other thing I do want to touch on about the simplicity is it uses silence so much in its favor. There is moments where it's just quiet of these characters just sitting there. No music or any of that. And I think that works really well because, literally, it conveys so much with no music. It's great. It is really, really cool. It works really well for the atmosphere, and it's very effective when it uses just pure silence. So I wanted to dive into the casting and the characters themselves now. So I want to start with Lily Rabe, who plays the main character, Miss Stevens. She was a little flat in my opinion. I didn't get much depth to her. They added some stuff to kind of create depth, but it didn't work. And I just feel like it was a missed opportunity with her, because there was potential there, just they couldn't figure a way to execute it good enough to make that character feel deeper. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about her. She was the main character, but she didn't feel like a main character. She felt like one of those side characters in the end. And the main character definitely felt like it was Billy, who's played by Timothée Chalamet. And oh man, I loved Billy. He had such depth to him, and he was so much fun to watch. It's Timothée Chalamet, so he's gonna be likable, and it's gonna be good. And it delivers with him. He really plays really good as this kind of outcast character, like this troubled teen, and it's great. It's really cool to see him just acting as Timothée Chalamet. Even if it's kind of like all his other roles, it is still fun to watch him. I don't know why it's so much fun to watch Timothée Chalamet on screen. The next person I wanted to touch on is Lili Reinhart, who plays Margot. And she is probably the most vibrant in this group. She is very bubbly personality, your stereotypical popular girl, but she has something special to her, and it's very much elevating the group throughout the movie, and she definitely brings the heart to the movie, I would say, as well as Billy, but definitely more Margot. It's really interesting because in a cast of pretty much all very like quiet, muted characters, we have this one vibrant character who very much is really good in their respect, but as a unit can kind of feel jumbled once in a while. But overall, the three teens and Miss Stevens worked very well. They played off each other really good. Just there's times where that vibrantness clashed with the mute kind of personality characteristics that they put on the other characters. And it kind of felt out there and takes you away from the movie every once in a while. But also at times that mute versus vibrant kind of pulled you in more. So it's very hit or miss throughout the movie with the synergy and everything, but they do work well together. I wanted to touch a little bit on the plot. So Miss Stevens, at its bare bones, for me personally that I remember, it feels like a movie about the revitalization of the arts, in theater arts. I'm gonna be honest, there is some side plot and stuff that I just don't remember because it just didn't feel important or memorable for that fact. They add these side things that just don't feel important. But deep down it feels like it's about the revitalization of theater and live plays and all that, which I can totally get behind. The one thing that, if you asked me, what do you remember about Miss Stevens, there is one thing I remember, and that is Timothée Chalamet's monologue. Jesus, is it good. It is the epitome of the film. It has everything the film is in this one scene of just Billy doing his monologue, and it's great. It's pulling you in so much with just Timothée Chalamet looking at the camera. It's really, really interesting. It's crazy. It adds so much depth to the film. And I would honestly say that scene is the heart and soul of this film. It's the one thing that stuck with me after I watched the film, because I'll be honest, the rest of the film isn't too memorable. Yeah, but this part definitely will stick with you after the film. It's impressive what Timothée Chalamet can do. So, to my final points about this movie, with the simplicity in the cast, it has a lot of potential, but due to the plot, it just didn't work. The execution was not there. Because, I mean, you literally had Timothée Chalamet and Lily Reinhart, two really big actors right now that can do great work, but then you throw them in a plot that just doesn't work. It wasn't memorable. And I would say if you are bored and just trying to pass time or put a movie in the background, definitely play Miss Stevens. Because yes, you get to see some great actors just acting it all out and looks like they're having a blast, but it's not a movie that I would willingly sit down again and watch the whole thing, because it just doesn't feel important or make me want to watch it again. So yeah, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoy this review and it's informative to you. And yeah, I want to thank you all. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stereotypical stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, guys. Love ya.